Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zang here, and today I'm bringing you another episode of Road to Rank where I climb the online VGC 15 ladder. Still sticking with the same team this time around. I really do enjoy this team a lot actually, and so far I'm kind of finding my groove with it, so I'm probably going to be changing things up slightly a bit. Like I mentioned in earlier episodes, I do kind of want to change the movesets on some things, maybe move around some items too, but as of right now it's Scarf, Hydreigon, Bandlander, Specs, Sylveon, Life Orb, Bishop, Citrus Thundurus, and of course Mega Metagross. I do want to change my Sylveon spread slightly, and I actually posted a Sylveon analysis the other day, so if you have not checked that out, definitely watch it. I will link it in the description below, but I think it's a pretty helpful guide, and it actually includes my EV spread for this Sylveon, so definitely check it out if you have not already. But yeah, this team is a lot of fun. I do like the amount of speed control and kind of advantage I get with Hydreigon, with Scarf, and Mega Metagross, which is of course jolly. So this opponent's going to be a 1684 rated player from Japan with a team of Landorus T, Kangaskhan, Talonflame, Amoonguss, Conkeldurr, and Bisharp. So that's a very threatening team, of course. Mainly physical. Actually doesn't have any special attackers other than Amoonguss, which doesn't really count as a special attacker, but heavy priority use from Talonflame, Conkeldurr, Bisharp, and Kangaskhan, all which most likely have priority attacks. Sucker Punch from Kang and Bisharp, and Brave Bird from Talonflame, Mach Punch from the Conkeldurr. Landorus T there, of course, just for Intimidate and everything. And Amoonguss is definitely a threat because of the redirection it provides. Him having Bisharp is really clever, or just smart in terms of team building, because otherwise Intimidate kind of shuts him down. So I don't think I want to lead with the Landorus here. I think leading with Metagross actually is nice, just so I can Mega Evolve and try to get the speed boost right away. Metagross beats his teams pretty hard, but I'm going to have to watch out for the Bisharp. That's the main one. Hydreigon's actually not a bad lead either, especially because I outspeed everything, so I'm going to go with those two. I like having Sylveon, I think. The main goal of this game is definitely to knock out his Bisharp. Once I knock out his Bisharp, I feel pretty good, but the Bisharp's really the main issue. Once Bisharp is gone, Sylveon can actually just dish out a lot of damage with hyper voices here and there. So I'm going to go Metagross, Hydreigon. I'm going to go with my own Bisharp, and I think it's either Thundurus or Sylveon. Thundurus would be nice to beat, or taunt. You know what? Okay, I'm going to bring Thundurus, and the question is whether I bring Bisharp or Sylveon. I think I'm actually going to go with Sylveon. Mainly because it gives me a better matchup against the Conkeldurr. And Hyper Voice just does a lot. Bisharp, meanwhile, has to worry about redirection from the Amoonguss, the Mach Punch from Conkeldurr, so that's a bit much. I did want to bring Landorus T, but knowing like he's definitely bringing Bisharp in this matchup, I don't want to put myself in a disadvantageous position by having it in the back. So I'm going to just play it safe. He's going to go with Kangaskhan and Talonflame as his leads against my Scarf, Hydreigon, Metagross, so that's not a bad lead matchup at all. Obviously I want to Mega Evolve here to get the speed advantage, but the question is, what is he gonna do? I kind of want to just Draco Meteor the Talonflame, to be quite honest with you. You know what, I think I'm gonna Protect and Draco this first turn. I guess my fear here, the worst play or the best play for him is like fake out the Hydreigon and Tailwind. If he does go for that play, I'm going to be in some trouble. But we're going to see, as both of our Mega Evolutions coming out here, that means Metagross is going to be able to outspeed his Kangaskhan in the following turns. But of course, Kangaskhan gets Sucker Punch, so still going to have a way to hit it. Metagross is going to Protect here. Let's see what the other two Pokemon go for. Fake out. Oh, no, into a Hydreigon. That's bad. What did Talonflame go for? Oh, is it just went for the Overheat? Okay, so that's fine. Now I can actually Draco the Talonflame and just Meteor Mash the Kangaskhan, presuming he's gonna think he probably thinks he can outspeed my Metagross or my Hydreigon here, but of course because I'm Scarfed, I can get the Draco off before. He actually protects there with Talonflame, which is an excellent play on his end. So the Draco there is gonna go into the Protect. Metagross, Meteor Mash connects with Kangaskhan, that's great. Should do a lot of damage here. Yeah, and I get an attack boost too, that's awesome. As he goes for the double edge here onto Hydreigon. Let's see if he knocks himself out from recoil. Probably not, but we'll see. As Its HP falls. Oh, it just falls short. But that's fine. I'll take that turn any day. I'm definitely going to bring in Thunderous now. So he's probably going to overheat and double edge my overheat Metagross and double edge. That's at least what I would do if I were him. Or he could actually switch out into a Landorus, which I presume he has in the back. So the question is whether I want to predict, because my protect here with Metagross is really, really obvious. So, you know what? I think I'm really predicting him to switch out this Talonflame. So I'm just gonna Ice Punch that slot and Thunderbolt the Kangaskhan. Yes, he switches it out, so I did predict that correctly. Let's see what comes in. Amoonguss! So that Amoonguss is going to be taking an Ice Punch. As Kang goes for a Protect, that's actually as ideal as it gets. Though, let's see if Ice Punch at +1 can KO. I was very fortunate to get that +1 boost, but I'm not sure if it's enough. Oh, it just misses out. But I get the freeze, so Metagross is really pulling through right now in this game. As the Amoonguss looks like it has a Black Sludge, yeah. I'm gonna protect Metagross here, and actually, I could just pick up 2 knockouts this turn, which is what I think I'm gonna go for. See, I've got Sylveon in the back. I assume he has, I'm actually not even sure if he has Bisharp as his last one. But I don't want the Metagross to just take a Sucker Punch. I don't even know if it has Sucker Punch. Let's see, we saw Double Edge, Fake Out. Those are the only 2 moves we saw, actually. You know what? I'm just gonna Ice Punch Amoonguss and Thunderbolt Kangaskhan. Yeah, I probably could have conserved Metagross a bit better there in retrospect, but I do want the Amoonguss gone, so he doesn't have any way to redirect my Thunderbolt into his Talonflame. That's the main priority right now. He's actually switching out Kangaskhan. Interesting. Let's see what comes back in. It looks like Conkeldurr. Yeah. I'm very happy to see that that's his last one, because Sylveon does an excellent job against Conkeldurr. So he's pulling a double switch here, but obviously he's going to be taking a lot of damage. Perhaps I should have Zen Headbutted instead of Ice Punching. And I get another freeze. This is crazy. Metagross Ice Punch accuracy right now of 100%. As Thunderbolt does a hefty amount there too. That's crazy. But the game's still not over, obviously. He can just overheat the Metagross here. So I think I can just protect and T-Bolt. Or I could Zen Headbutt the Conkeldurr, expecting Talonflame to switch out. But once Talonflame's gone, I think this game's basically over. I don't really need the +1 boost on Metagross, to be quite honest. Yeah, I'll play it safe. I'll just Zen Headbutt Conkeldurr and Thunderbolt the Talonflame here. Oh, and Metagross is actually faster than Talonflame, so he definitely went for the overheat here. Which is fine, even if he unthaws. Sylveon's just gonna be able to come out, but he's frozen solid, so unfortunate there. The freeze on Amoonguss, I don't think that one mattered as much. I mean, of course it set him back, and when you get freezes like this, you definitely put your opponent on tilt, but the one on Talonflame helped out. I think it would have been harder because he would have had the ability to protect there. But regardless, even had he KO'd my Metagross there with the overheat, Sylveon is able to actually just lock up this game regardless. But he's going to bring in Kang and Amoonguss here. Metagross is doing a fantastic job this game, which is always what I'm happy to see. So I'm just going to target Amoonguss with Ice Punch, T-Bolt this Kangaskhan. Really not much my opponent can do in this position, given the fact that Metagross outspeeds both of them. He's protecting here with Kangaskhan, but that's fine, as Ice Punch here is going to knock out the Amoonguss, as it does. So we saw, that's a interesting Kang set, running both Fake Out and Protect, which is really rare because you tend to see one or the other on VGC sets. But I'm guessing he doesn't even have Sucker Punch them, but the freeze hacks was real in this game. I don't think I really needed it, given, I mean, I've got 3 full HP Pokemon, but I definitely made it a lot easier, especially on that Talonflame. And surprisingly, he ended up not bringing Bisharp. I really thought he would have brought it in this matchup, but it's fine. All the Pokemon I brought to counter it ended up doing a pretty darn good job anyways. So, a great way to start off today's episode for sure. Metagross, 100% on that freeze there, but definitely nice work there. And Scarf Hydreigon, one of the issues I'm having with it is like it's just not able to pick up knockouts immediately. I'm attacking to protects far too often, which is a slight concern, but hopefully I can play a bit better with that. But I do think it just puts on pressure right from the start, which is always good, and can just bring momentum into my favor. And for those wondering about my rating right now, it's around 18-11, so I have went up and went down a bit. I played a couple games off Road to Rank the other day and fell a bit and then rose back a bit, so now we're trying to make the push into 1900s, and yeah, should be interesting. But that was a great game, and Metagross there really pulled its weight, and I'm glad because I'm really starting to like Mega Metagross actually, just because of its ability to outspeed so many Pokemon in the format. So that's one of its main selling points. But of course, if you choose to use it, you do give up if you choose to use the fast variant, you give up attack, which is always a slight issue, because so you saw there even at +1 I couldn't KO the Amoonguss because I am Jolly Nature. So I'm thinking maybe I want to try Adamant one with speed control, more speed control in the future, for example Icy Wind Cresselia, and maybe still using Thunder Wave Thundurus, but I guess we'll see. Taking a while to find the second opponent. I'm gonna quickly grab my charger. Oh, actually 1500 Johnny Fire from Canada, so this might actually be my opponent's first game on Battle Spot. So Johnny Fire here has got a team of Porygon 2, Bisharp, Metagross, Charizard, Sylveon, and Azumarill. So double Fairy type, 2 potential Megas. Just a couple thoughts that come first to mind. Porygon 2 is interesting. Metagross here, once again, excellent against his team, other than the well, Charizard gives us some trouble, but I can outspeed it. Bisharp's the main one. Metagross really doesn't like playing against Bisharp, and this team isn't exactly the best team to use against Bisharps. But I am going to lead with Thundurus because I can just spread Paralysis and Thunderbolt, and there's not much you can do to prevent that. I don't want to really lead with Hydreigon. Thundurus Bisharp here is actually a really solid lead for me. My Bisharp can actually just eliminate his Metagross. I'm going to have Metagross in the back for sure. For the last one, it's between Landorus and Hydreigon. I don't really want to bring Hydreigon because he's got 2 Fairy types. Sylveon probably not the best idea against 2 Steel types either. So I'm actually thinking Landorus is the best one for this matchup, though the Metagross, not the Metagross, the Bisharp, excuse me. Steel type's really messing me up here. It really is scary. And we've actually got half of the same team, which is kind of interesting. Hydreigon would be really nice, though, just to get surprise KOs on the main sweepers of his team. But I think the Fairy types are really concerning me, though I've got 2 Steel types. So you know what? I'm going to bring Hydreigon. Once again, I don't want to bring my Landorus to walk into Bisharp, and once again, I've actually done analyses on both Bisharp and Sylveon, so if you want to learn more about those Pokemon specifically, you can check those out. They are 2 of the most common Pokemon in VGC 15, which is why both my opponent and I have it. But I'm going to lead with Thundurus and Life Orb Bisharp against his Charizard and Metagross. That's not a bad lead matchup for sure. So that indicates to me Metagross is not the Mega Evolution, since Charizard is almost always Mega. On this first turn, I'm tempted to just Thunderbolt Charizard and protect Bisharp. And I think I'm going to make that play. I need to conserve Bisharp smartly in this game because my opponent's got the Fairy types most likely in the back. Though Metagross here helps out a lot too. However, I do want this Bisharp to beat the Metagross. So I'm hoping here by Thunderbolting the Charizard, I can put it in KO range, either with the Sucker Punch or another Thunderbolt. I also get to figure out exactly how fast this Charizard is, but my oh wow. So I said it would be Mega Charizard, but obviously I was incorrect. He has normal Charizard, which I have not seen used in about forever. So that's an interesting sight there. As Bisharp protects, Charizard just goes for the Heat Wave, outspeeds the Thundurus there. So pretty speedy Charizard. I am going to get a Thunderbolt off here. Let's see how much it does to this non-Mega Charizard. Oh, just misses out on a knockout, but I actually get a Paralysis here, so my moves today are really proving clutch in terms of getting Paralysis and all the luck. Oh, but it looks like he crits me there with Meteor Mash, which is unfortunate because I really wanted to Thunder Wave the Metagross. So that's definitely unfortunate, but now I get a free switch into Hydreigon, which by all means is not bad at all. I'm thinking I can just Dark Pulse the Charizard here and Sucker Punch Metagross. I don't know how bulky that Metagross is, but Life Orb Sucker Punch from Bisharp does do a lot. And he's not going to protect with either Pokemon, so he's just going to allow me to get the Sucker Punch off. Doesn't quite KO there, but Dark Pulse here should KO the Charizard. So the Paralysis really didn't matter, and I'm still really surprised it's not Mega, but he actually goes for Hammer Arm onto Hydreigon, avoiding another attack. The hacks is just real in today's set. Once again, I wouldn't have minded that hitting because I do have the Metagross in the back, but I mean that just makes this game easier because now I can Dark Pulse Metagross, just Iron Head Sylveon. But once again, I don't think any of the luck I've gotten in the set has really mattered, but it's just set my opponent back more, and of course that always helps out a lot. But we'll see. Let's see what Sylveon is carrying actually. He finally does reveal the Protect on Metagross, so at least good to know that he has that. But I think I should outspeed Sylveon with an Iron Head here. Yep. Only time that would really outspeed is if it's Scarfed or really speedy. He's going to allow me to pick up a KO there. I get a crit there along the way, but that didn't matter. Life Orb, Iron Head from Bisharp just annihilates Sylveon. And it is one of the reasons why that's the best counters to Sylveon out there. And he is going to bring Bisharp as his last one. So, obviously that's good to see. I'm going to switch out to Metagross because Hydreigon does a better job against Bisharp. I'm going to go for the Sucker Punch to just knock out Metagross here. Turn it into a 3-on-1. So, had he knocked out Hydreigon, I would have had Metagross and Bisharp against his Metagross and Sylveon, to which I could have just Meteor Mashed and Sucker Punched, and I think I still would have ended up in the same position where I have at least 2-on-1. But obviously I'm going to use the luck to my advantage and play to the best of my abilities. So, let's see. Yep, he's just going to allow me to Sucker Punch his Metagross here, and I do safely switch out Hydreigon, so now I can just come back in and use my Fire Blast to one-hit KO it. Though, I would guess he has a Sash on his Bisharp. Oh, we'll see which item it has here. If it's not Sash, it's Life Orb. That doesn't look like Life Orb damage, so definitely Sashed Bisharp. But now I can just Mega Evolve. Now I'm just gonna Iron Head it, or Ice Punch it because it's 100% accurate, and go for my own Sucker Punch here. Of course, there's really not much Bisharp can do to beat a Hydreigon. Of course, he can 2-hit KO with an Iron Head, but Sucker Punch and Knockoff aren't exactly doing the most damage there. And I'm going to get my Sucker Punch off here. Let's see how much damage it does to this Bisharp. A fair amount, actually, so it's the power of Life Orb Bisharp. He goes for the Sucker Punch onto my Metagross. Let's see what this knocks out. Nope, it doesn't. That's one reason why I like Life Orb. Though, actually, even with my Life Orb, I wasn't able to knock out his Metagross. And Ice Punch gets another freeze. It is actually 100% accurate with, or not, it's just gotten 3 freezes in today's set, which blows my mind, but he's gonna thaw out there and gonna go for another Sucker Punch. So the name of today's game is really all the unnecessary luck. But yeah, I'm not gonna complain. I think it just makes it a bit more fun. Knockoff here actually knocks out his Bisharp, so didn't even need the Hydreigon in the back, and I'm gonna win the second battle 2-0. So that's a nice way to conclude today's series. So luck was definitely on my side today. I don't think, once again, I don't think it really mattered in either match, but it just made it a lot easier to play. And of course in VGC you should always just take all the fortune that's granted to you and use it to the best of your advantage. So 2 pretty exciting battles today. Really didn't expect to see a normal Charizard with the Mega Metagross in that last match, but that was definitely a fun sight. But fortunately enough, able to lock it up. So my rating after this set should be 1825 around. I just checked 1815 actually, so slightly lower. But hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, guys. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you next time. Alright, peace.